Hi, welcome to my channel SatyamShakti, Astro and more. So we are running a series of the 10 Mahavidyas, the 10 cosmic wisdom of Devi or Mahashakti. We have already covered Ma Matangi, who is called the Devi of wisdom. She is the Devi of knowledge. She is the Devi who provides self-realization, and she is also associated with the sun. We have also covered Bhuvaneshwari, who is the Devi of the three worlds, the materialistic world especially, and she is associated with the moon. Today we are going to come to a very important and a very favorite Devi, Ma Baglamukhi. It is said that Ram Bhagwan had invoked her energies to win against Ravana. And what was the whole purpose of him invoking the energies of Ma Baglamukhi? We are going to cover that in this particular video. It's going to be a little long than the other videos, but stay tuned and listen to the video till the end. I need your patience because Tantrism is not just about a few sentences. It needs a depth to understand Tantrism. And I just would like to also mention one thing, that Ma Baglamukhi she is considered the power of Mars. Okay, so if you see Hanumanji also in astrology is considered to be the power of Mars. Okay, he's the guru of Mars. Mars is a warrior planet, and Mangal or Mars is related to our energy in the body. And where does energy come from? Energy comes from the base of our spine, which is also said to be the Kundalini Shakti. Okay, so Mars is our Muladhara chakra or our root chakra. Before I go ahead and I explain you what Ma Baglamukhi is all about, I would just like to mention a little bit on the blockages that our body can have when you are walking on the path of enlightenment. Okay, so for example, if the energies are blocked at the level of the third eye, the Ajna chakra, it is said that the consciousness is revealed to us, or the self-realization happens when we are awake. Okay, so basically the third eye means awakening. Okay, the third eye here means that you are in the Jagrat Avastha if there is no blockage in the third eye. Okay, so self-realization happens when you are meditating, when you are doing mantra jap, or when you are in that position of like recognizing the soul. But if, for example, if there's a blockage at the level of the soft palate, okay, then the self is revealed during a sleep. Okay, it is revealed when you are dreaming. Okay, that is called as the swapna avastha. Okay, and for example, if there is a blockage in your Sahasrara chakra, so then the supreme spiritual awakening happens naturally, and it happens in the state of dreamlessness sleep. Okay, which is called as Shushupti Avastha. Okay, the reason why I explained you this is because to understand Ma Baglamukhi, we also need to understand these certain blockages that happen in our body. Coming to Ma Baglamukhi again, she is considered to be, she is to some extent resembles Ma Chandamastika, because in her way of manifestation, okay, in her Ma Baglamukhi's manifestation, okay, she creates a thunderstorm in the body. What I mean by thunderstorm is like if Chandamastika divides the energy, the power of your Kundalini into three, as you might be aware of, the Rajas, Tamas and Tamasic. Okay, it divides the sexual energy into three parts. Okay, the Ingla, the Pingla and the Sushumna Nadi. Okay, similarly Baglamukhi also awakens your Kundalini as a thunderbolt or as like a Vajra. Okay, and the awakening is so terrible and instantaneous most of the time that Baglamukhi can shake a person's body from, like, it can give you shivers in the body. Okay, on the other hand, Chandamastika, she confers the power of truth beyond any any appearance. Okay, she is the power of truth because Chandramastika will lead your energies to the reality, to the truth, to the awakening of the Brahman inside you. While on the other hand, what does Baglamukhi confers is, it confers with the power of instantaneous stoppage of that manifestation, which is through the force of divine logos. Means, for example, the unnecessary manifestations that your body accumulates inside, because we have multiple thoughts in our mind and we are like all the time thinking, and something thoughts can be positive and negative, and the power of these thoughts can lead to manifestation. Okay, so what does Baglamukhi do is, it stops that manifestation which is negative from happening, and hence it is said that Baglamukhi can paralyze your enemies, it can stop your enemies, because it works, Baglamukhi's energies works as a demanifestation power. It does not allow any kind of psychic attack come to you, because Baglamukhi has the ability to stop that manifestation then and there, that energy from coming to you. And it makes you realize the reality inside your body. Okay, so it is basically the idea of like worshipping this particular cosmic wisdom is to look upon the, or to to make it fast, to make it a fast transformation. What it does is basically it transforms a person really fast from truth to reality. Okay, so this is the energy of Ma Baglamukhi. So she is instantaneous. Okay, she will not wait for another cosmic wisdom to manifest in itself. She is very fast. Okay, the moment there is this one energy, say for example you are worshipping Ma Kali, and with that you are worshipping Ma Baglamukhi as well, which you can very well do. Okay, so when you're doing like two cosmic energies together, okay, Baglamukhi will invoke the energy of the other cosmic wisdom really fast, because what it is doing is it is creating a space inside your body for the real manifestation to happen. Okay, so it de-manifests the negatives from your body for the real manifestation to occur. Okay, this is the job of Ma Baglamukhi. And in the tantric Panthin, if you look at Baglamukhi, she is considered as the leader of the army. And why is that? Because she's considered as the leader of the army. She's considered as the she's one goddess which comprises of all the other goddesses, because she's the supreme manifested energy. Okay, she's the supreme manifested energy, and she's really terrible. She's really instantaneous, but she's Ma. She's Devi. Okay, and so sorry, my throat is really bad today, but then I'm still talking. Now, if I have to look at the depth of Ma Baglamukhi, what and how she manifests something which is inside you into reality, is through the backbone, through the side, through the back. Basically, it invokes the energies of your past life. Okay, so hence it is associated with our backbone. Okay, Ma Baglamukhi has a lot with the energies again, which you might have accumulated inside your body over the years, over many births. Okay, so Ma Baglamukhi invokes that energy from the past. Again, it has an association with the Mars energy, because that's where our Kundalini is. I mean, Mars is equivalent to the Kundalini at the base. Okay, so Ma Baglamukhi invokes that, right? So, okay, coming back again now to the main point of like what Baglamukhi is all about. So Baglamukhi is not just to paralyze your enemies, but it also removes the unnecessary chatter in your mind. Okay, it stops, or it de-manifests everything which is not associated to your spirituality. Okay, I had explained to you previously that Bhuvaneshwari is a Devi that actually controls the speed of the chariot, okay, the journey of your soul, basically. But there has to be a speed breaker as well, right? So Baglamukhi puts a stop. There has to be a speed breaker, okay? So Baglamukhi, what she does is she stops you where it is necessary. She stops the thoughts where it is necessary. So she is absolute null. She is the energy of void. She is the energy of neutrality. She is, though with too much of power, she still leads you to the power of, absolute void. Okay. So one of her, extreme energy is associated with the energy wherein it stops any kind of negative fascinations. It stops any sort of, charismatic influence. Okay. So Ma Baglamukhi will stop you from being manipulated, especially I think for the youngsters. Ma Baglamukhi is a very important tantric devi because they get carried away too fast. They want to manifest the wrong people in their lives. So for them especially, Ma Baglamukhi is an excellent devi to worship, right? They get carried away too fast these days. They want all the negative people in their lives, like they say, people always fall for the wrong. So in order to stop that kind of a mindset, Baglamukhi should be worshipped, okay? And one of the biggest divine power of Ma Baglamukhi is that she puts a rein, like I've said, a breaker, okay? She puts a rein, okay? She puts a rope, basically. So a chariot is, if a chariot is Matangi and the speed is Bhuvaneshwari, Baglamukhi is the rein which is holding that horse, okay? She's putting a stop to it. So basically Bagla means rope, okay? And Mukhi means face, okay? So putting a stop to your imaginations, to your wrong manifestations, okay? So she has that formidable power to control or to rule any situation, okay, or form in the manifestation. So for example, it will only allow that manifestation which is good for your spiritual awakening, okay? It will not let any other manifestation surpass your energy, okay, or create a negative karma around yourself, okay? And one of the aspects again is the ability of speech, okay? So she's always associated with Ma Tara as well, because Ma Tara is also associated with, again, Neel Saraswati. She's associated with your speech, the power of your communication, okay? So Baglamukhi is often related to the speech, and she resonates with wisdom Tara, okay? And she's also considered as one of her forms, okay? So it is not very difficult to understand the correlationship between the two, okay? So one is related to the manifestation of light, and Tara as Baglamukhi manifests into a subtle energy or a subtle energy of sound manifestation as light, okay? So whatever you speak should be sweet, but at the same time it should be it should hit the point, right? You have to be blunt where you have to be blunt. So Baglamukhi allows you to be honest. Baglamukhi helps you to speak the truth, okay? Because it cleanses your throat chakra, it cleanses your speech. They say that even Siddhis is associated with Baglamukhi, partially with Baglamukhi and partially with Ma Tara. So when we will discuss about Ma Tara, we will talk more about the Siddhi as well. But then yes, Baglamukhi, it has a lot to do with Siddhi as well, because when you speak the truth always, you automatically gain the power of Siddhi, okay? So Baglamukhi is associated with that. And so a very practical example, if I have to give, Baglamukhi radiates energy, okay, which is derived from the subtle divine logo, okay? It endows the speaker with huge force of speech and a paralyzing effect on its followers. So you see all these spiritual people, these influencers who talk, they have the power of Baglamukhi, because when they speak, they have an impact on their followers. Okay, so Baglamukhi is associated with a lot of energy that comes from the speech. Okay, it should have an impact on the followers. It should hit directly to the persons listening to your speech. Okay, so Baglamukhi is expression. It is an expression of your speech, the way you talk. It is a gesture of your the way you are speaking something out. That is reflected with the help of Ma Baglamukhi, because she polishes your speech. Okay, she makes it cleanse. Okay, because she makes you realize and understand what you're supposed to talk. Okay, and she owns the weapon of spiritual knowledge, which removes all, all obstacles, which removes all hurdles from your life. Okay, so she is basically an aspect which or rather a power to annihilate the forces that oppose your spiritual evolution. Okay, which consist of all the thoughts, the ideas and the feelings which are negative for your upliftment. Okay, which are in the form of an ego. Okay, so the divine wisdom that comes from Baglamukhi is also considered as a supreme weapon that annihilates any conflict within yourself or any confusion, okay, inside you. Okay, it is considered to be the weapon of spiritual knowledge. Okay, she is considered to be the weapon of spiritual knowledge, which in our Hindu wisdom or Hindu tradition is called the weapon of Brahma, or the Brahmastra. Okay, so in the same, if you go ahead with the tradition, with Hinduism again, which asserts that the highest form, which is the highest form of manifestation, it is the Brahmastra, and which is represented with the answer, or with the question, who am I? Right, we all have that question in our mind. What is our soul? What is the soul purpose? Who am I? Where have I come from? Right, so this is associated with Baglamukhi, okay, which refers to the immutable essence of the supreme self. Okay, so profound manifestations of the meaning of these words. Who am I? What am I doing here? Why have been brought to this world? They are all answered. They're all answered with the power of Ma Baglamukhi. Okay, and whosoever wants to progress spiritually should worship Ma Baglamukhi, because she is the one who actually associates you with the Brahman. Okay, by answering you these questions, because she invokes the Kundalini with power. Okay, and which is residing at the base of your spine. And taking into account the way of manifestation and the specifics of the great cosmic wisdom, we can easily understand that Ma Tara, okay, she is the divine Devi of the divine cosmos. Okay, the subtle question again when it comes to her, okay, that who am I? Okay, a force that can bestow upon us, okay, a deep immobility of the mind, the very silence which is required in the mind to be able to manifest it, is Ma Baglamukhi. So whenever you are thinking about like what my soul purpose is, or what do I have to do in my life, who am I? So when these thoughts come, right, you need to silence your mind, the clutter which is happening in the mind, right? You need to stop that. Okay, so when you get answers from Neil Saraswati, that's Ma Tara, about the Brahman and about your existence, okay, on the other hand, the stillness of the mind comes from Ma Baglamukhi. Okay, she's again like she immobilizes your thoughts completely. Okay, she has an impact on your speech, which is again a very, very important weapon, okay, against any negativism or attachment. Even mantras which your body does not need, sometimes the energy of the soul does not need a particular manifestation or an affirmation or a particular mantra. Baglamukhi tries to invoke that energy which you have created by removing that unnecessary manifestation or affirmation that you have probably, created. So Baglamukhi, again, it resembles Tripura Sundari, which is a manifestation of the power of successfully removing any obstacles. Okay, while Baglamukhi, she dissolves to complete motionlessness. Okay, anything illusionary which is represented by manifestation is Ma Bagalamukhi. Okay, I have read somewhere that even the yogic power, the yogic energies of Ma Bagalamukhi is associated with pranayama, because that's where you are stilling your mind and your brain, and you're focusing more on your breath, inhalation and exhalation, right? The space in between your inhalation and the exhalation is considered to be Ma Bagalamukhi. So if at all you are doing pranayama, so be sure that you're already practicing Ma Bagalamukhi. And the second part is, like, for example, you're getting any negative thoughts which you are already aware of, right? And you're trying to remove that negative thought by converting it to positive, again, which has a lot to do with the cognitive behavioral therapy or the psychology. Okay, that is also associated with Ma Bagalamukhi, wherein you're removing that negative thought and you are reversing that negative thought with positive thoughts. Okay, again, this is associated with Mars, because Mars is all about intelligence, Mars is about wisdom, Mars is about energy in your body. Okay, when your energy is invoked, is only then your kundalini will get awakened. Okay, so it's about your physicality, it is about your aura, how strongly you can stop any negative force from coming your way. If your aura is strong, okay, if your kundalini is rising up, okay, you are going to attract a lot of negative energies in the process, because that's one side which gets invoked as well when you're attracting something positive in your life, right? Negativity also gets attracted, but then this particular Devi, she stops those negative energies from creating a hurdle or a burden in your spiritual upliftment. So Ma Bagalamukhi should be worshipped if at all you have any issues with your Mars, especially, okay, especially the ladies who have issues in getting married, they being called mangalik, and so they should stop this unnecessary energy that comes out, because Mangal is about invoking negative energies, and at times Mangal can create too much of confusion in the mind. Mangal can create too many negative manifestations, right? It might make you short-tempered and irritated a lot, right? So all of these things can be controlled by worshipping Ma Bagalamukhi. She is also considered to be the Devi that even Hanumanji had. Okay, Hanumanji had the blessings of Ma Bagalamukhi, and Ram had also invoked her powers, her energy, so that he could defeat Ravana, because he needed to self-realize his own powers before he could actually proceed and defeat Ravana. So Mars is considered to be a hot planet. It is considered to be a planet with immense, immense power and immense energy. Okay, because Mangal is considered to be Rudra, Rudra's Ansh, right? So it has been made and bought so that it can fight. Okay, Rudra was an energy to basically fight negatives, right? And so does Ma Bagalamukhi. So she fights the negatives which is inside you in the form of a negative manifestation, and it helps you in uplifting your soul. So if I continue talking on Ma Bagalamukhi, I think I can just go on and on. There is so much to cover, and Tantrism is of course a very vast topic, and it cannot be covered with just a few minutes of video. Hence, I request those people who are interested to know more, please do comment here and do give me your feedback. And if at all you want to know more, please do let me know as well. You can share the video with your friends, with your family members, and you can subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter, and my website is also given here, so you can read it in the description, and my number is also available so that you can contact me for any kind of astrological consultation, or you have any more questions to ask with regards to whatever I'm sharing here. Okay, your questions are most welcome. That's all about Ma Baglamukhi for today, and we'll catch up again soon. Bye.